guys, so I'm using a Lan Lan Skewb. I'm going to show you first of all how to take it apart, how to clean it out, how to lubricate it, and that's it. Okay, so the first thing you need is a Phillips screwdriver and any type of lubricant. I forgot mine at home, so luckily my grandma gave me this Nivea cream. Anything with mineral oil, petroleum jelly, anything along the Vaseline line, and your Skewb. Okay, so first thing you're going to have to do, I'm sorry if you can't hear me, is you're going to have to do is take this Skewb apart. Now, there's two ways you can do this. You can either just pop it. If you can't figure out how to pop the Skewb, like if you're using a moyi or something, you can simply just get a flathead out, turn the puzzle around 45, push it under, and just pry a piece out like that. And go ahead and this is how I want you to lay it out. Go ahead and take the Skewb apart simply by just pulling the piece out, put the corners over here, and put the centers right over here. Okay, so after you've gotten the screw off, you have this little torpedo type part, and you'll have this that looks like this. So this piece is actually capped. So all you have to do is pry this off like this. Sorry if you can't really see that. There we go. You have to pry it off, and you'll have 3 springs with 3 ball bearings. Now, this is how you reduce the click and raise the click of the springs. So, if you have shankshaw springs like I do, you would simply pop out the springs with the bearing, put in new ones, and there you would have it. Make sure you don't lose the ball bearings though, because if you lose those, then you'll remove the click. And that's another thing. If you do not want to have any click and no ball bearings in your Skewb, then you're going to want to then you're going to want to take out the ball bearings and set those aside because you won't need them anymore. Now I am actually going to remove the ball bearings just to see which way I like better. But simply to put your Skewb back, you're just going to put the cap back on. And then line the torpedo type part back on. Grab your screw. Now here's the thing, check your screw, make sure it's not stripped, because if it's stripped you're going to want to replace that. So I know Lan Lan does come with cheap screws sometimes. That's something you might want to look for. Now you're going to want to tighten down the torpedo all the way, because those of you think that loosening or tightening the screw will affect how fast it is, it will not at all, because there's no spring connected to the screw. This piece is capped. It might be a little bit of hard work, but you can just pry it off, and then you have the 3 screws in there. Yeah. Okay, so put them back in. Go ahead and put in your springs back in first. All you have to do is slide them into their spot, like this. Sorry you can't see, my fingers are really big. But just go ahead and slide them into their little slot that they're in. I don't know if a moyi mechanism is different, but I don't know, this is just the Lan Lan. And then you're simply just going to push the ball bearing right on top, and it holds it in. This, the ball bearing gets clicked into its position, and it's held in. I'll show you one more time. Okay. So you just push on the spring with the ball bearing. I'm doing this on the right here. Then you just push down, and it clicks in. Okay, and then third one, once again. Push it in, and just push down, and it should click in like that. And these springs, if you're using Lan Lan springs, they're really loose tension. Now to put it back together, you just put the cap back on, grab your screw with your torpedo, push it back into the hole, and make sure these little fins, they go in all the way, and then you just tighten it back up. Okay, so here's a quick tip. So those of you who are going without ball bearings, you will notice that there's this little hole, there's a gap here now from where the bearing used to be. Now, this doesn't happen on all Skewbs, but some Skewbs will catch on this or give a little more rubbing. So what I recommend doing, look up who Crazy Bad Cuber is. Those of you who don't know who he is, a really nice YouTuber. Dan, lives in Canada. He makes a tutorial on how to make extra plastic filling for when he makes his puzzles and stuff, so I'd recommend putting that inside here. I might make a time lapse of that, but I definitely would recommend doing that if you're going to go without bearings. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to clean. You're going to want to clean these pieces because Skewbs have a lot of interlocking pieces. Just to show you, for instance, the mechanism basically fits in like these, and these pieces rub like this. So there's a lot of excess plastic, as you can see, around the edges of this. And you want to go ahead and remove some of that. Okay, so simply, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm using a recorder bag. Forgot paper towels also. You're just going to go ahead and want to get under the mechanism as much as possible. And just get it so all the white plastic, I don't know what color it'd be. I'm using a black puzzle, but for some reason there's still white. It's probably just dust. But you want to get all of that excess plastic material off that's just laying around from shredding and dust. Okay, I'm going to show you an edge now. So just like these, if you look under, can't really see it, there's a lot of dust and, oh, what's going on? Okay, I don't know what just happened there. There's a lot of dust and excess plastic. So you're going to want to just get under the torpedo as much as possible, because that's where the pieces will rub the most. Sorry. Pieces rub the most. And it's much important that you get all this excess pieces off. Okay, so I'll show you one last time. Go ahead and get a little, just enough so it covers the end of your fingertip. Or if you're using normal lubricant, go ahead and give a, oh my gosh, it's doing it again. Okay, if you're using normal lubricant, Cube lubricant, Lubix, Lubrical, any kind of lube, Marble lube, you're just gonna want to do a couple squirts. Not a couple squirts. Just get a little line around the edge of this, under the torpedo, and maybe a little bit around the top of the perimeter, and inside the little grooves, right there, inside the little grooves a little bit. But just go ahead and put it on there. That's way too much. I'm sorry. But go ahead and just smear it around. Get it all around the outside, as much off the stickers as you possibly can. Yeah, so that's the most important part, getting it under the mechanism. I know I'm putting quite a bit, it looks like quite a bit since it's white lubricant, and you can see it a lot. That's about the average amount right there. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do it to an edge piece. Now, just like the center cap thingies, you want to go ahead and get it under the torpedo as much as possible. So go ahead and get it. Rub it around the outside. You don't need a whole lot for these. So go ahead and just dab. So if you're using the normal lubricant, go ahead and just put it around the outside right here, around the perimeter as close as possible to the torpedo, because that's where there's the most rubbing and connection on the Skewb. So just go ahead and start by you just don't need a whole lot. Just go ahead and smear it around the outside. It looks like I'm using. Okay, so next I'm going to show you how that's done with the lubricating part. Now next I'm going to show you how to put it back together. So go ahead and get all your pieces back in the center. Should have 6 center cap thingies and 4 edges. Okay, so this is how you should look when you do it. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. So basically you're going to want to set these pieces up like this so it's kind of resting, and the torpedo is going to slide under the pieces like this. So go ahead and get it so it's under as much as possible and push light pressure so it slides on like that. And you're going to go ahead and do that all around the outside. So I'm going to do yellow next. So prop the centers up, push on like that. The Skewb isn't too difficult to reassemble. So now blue. There we go. So go ahead and prop it up like that. It's okay if a piece will fall out, not hard to put back in. And there we go. So you should have it so it looks like this, like a teepee type thing. Looks kind of cool like that. Flip it over. So go ahead and flip it over on its back. and I'm gonna do green now. Actually, we're gonna go ahead and hold it like this so it's like a V shape. And you're gonna wanna find the red, the orange, yellow, and green piece, edge. And you're gonna put it in like this. So it fits under, snaps into place. So it fits in like that. And then grab the edge, the green edge, and slide it in. There you go. Don't be afraid to push hard because it's built to withstand that. Okay, so now same thing. Blue, yellow, white, orange. Push it in. There you go. So there you go. After you push that in, and you grab the white, slide it in here. I'm running low on battery and trying to do this really quick. Sorry if you don't get a full learning thing. So slide it in. Now you have the last piece. Look like this. This is the kind of the hardest part. You're gonna grab this edge, push it in. This edge, push it in. Alright. Now the last one, go ahead and grab it and push down. There you go. You have your full lubricated skewb. So there you go. After you push that in, and you grab the white, slide it in here. I'm running low on battery and trying to do this really quick. Sorry if you don't get a full learning thing. So slide it in. Now you have the last piece. Look like this. This is the kind of the hardest part. You're gonna grab this edge, push it in. This edge, push it in. Alright. Now the last one, go ahead and grab it and push down. There you go. You have your full lubricated skewb. Okay, so now you want to grab a paper towel or something and wipe down the top to get all that excess lubricant out that's been rubbing off. And now you're just going to want to slide it around, get it all broken in. See if you like the way it feels. Maybe you want to try it without bearings in it, or whatever you want. Okay, so after trying it out without bearings, I actually like it. It's really nice to have it in the Lan Lan. Maybe if I had a Moyu, I would keep the bearings in it, but it's really nice because people worry that when they take the bearings out, it's not going to be as controllable, but it's actually just as controllable. It just kind of slips a little more, and it's a pretty crunchy feeling. I'll probably do a review on this, and I'll show you how to mod this cube. Yeah, so thanks for watching my review, sorry, how to disassemble, lubricate, and put back together, basically how to maintenance a skewb, a Lan Lan or Shengshao skewb. I'm sorry I was not able to get the center pieces off. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'd recommend trying without bearings in it. It's a really nice feeling. I really like it. And yeah, that's it. And thank you for watching.